Hello, I'm Lisa Logan. I'm a psychotherapist in private practice. I've also been a college instructor and a radio talk show host. And right now, what I'm doing is I'm working with men and women who have become estranged by, alienated by, rejected by their adult child, one or more in their family. And I have also been through that experience. It's horrible. I want to teach you everything that I know about it, and I want to tell you how to get through it, and I want to help you, actually help you help your child off in the future. Okay? I love what we're doing here. And I love the cards and letters that you write to me, the emails you send. Thank you so much. Something very exciting has happened. I've been contacted by the CEO of Grandparents' Rights Advocates, the national delegation. What that means is that these are men and women who are spending their time putting a legal stop to what's happening with grandparents not having their own rights with their grandchildren. I'm going to put a link up on my website. The website is forsakenparents.com. I'm so pleased by this. She likes what we're doing here, and I've been waiting to find someone that was handling the legalities of parental estrangement. Is this not wonderful? I'm extremely pleased. The second thing that I'm very, very pleased about is what's going to be happening tonight and from now on. From now on, we're going to be meeting live. Means that you can call in if you want to. We're going to be meeting live every Monday evening, Wednesday evening, and Friday evening. Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 6 p.m. Pacific Time, 7 p.m. Mountain Time, 8 p.m. Central Time, and 9 p.m. Eastern Time. I did it. Okay. And isn't that nice? And we're going to have Pam, who's waiting right now on the line. We're going to have Pam to talk to us and share with us what she's been going through. And the reason that I selected Pam is because she was writing to me just like many of you are, and I could see that she was getting it. I want you all to understand that it can happen, that things can change for you. And today's a bad day for Pam. So I'm not laughing because of that, but so she's going to share with us what's been going on, and I'm going to work with her while she's online here on the phone. You'll be able to hear her. So, hi Pam, are you there?
I am, Lisa. I'm thrilled today to be the first call on your program or show.
Listen, we're the fortunate ones. We're the fortunate ones. You have to hear that. Thanks, Pam. I appreciate hearing that.
But, you know, I've been writing to you a little in the last 7 months, and I just publicly want to thank you for helping me as much as you have. You said a little bit ago, it's kind of a tough day today. I'll give you a little background. My son and I...
Let me interrupt you for just 1 second. What I want to say to you out there is that everything that Pam and other people who call in while we're doing this, we're not live today or this evening, but we will be from now on. So anyone and everyone who calls in, anything that you have to say remains confidential between all of us. Okay, and I'd like you to respect that. And that way Pam knows she can talk and not be afraid of any consequences coming her way because she was honest with you. Okay, Pam?
Thank you, Lisa. That is important to many of us, I'm sure.
Good, I'm glad.
But anyway, I've been estranged from my son about 7 months. It all started with them when they stayed with him for a few months, him and his girlfriend. And I more or less would say that problems that his girlfriend may have led to estrangement. That is my personal opinion. Anyway, was he the last person I thought would ever leave me? He was my rock. He was I just never ever thought that he would do this. But he chose to take her side, and so we've been estranged about 7 months.
Pam, could you be a little bit more clear about what her side is? That's his wife or his girlfriend?
That is his girlfriend.
Okay. And how long have they been together?
They have been together 5 years.
Okay.
And
are there any children involved? I have to ask these questions.
Okay.
Are there any children involved?
No.
Okay.
When they came, they asked if they could stay, or he asked if they could stay a couple months. They ended up being in my home for 15 months. You could tell that she did not want to be here. That it was, she was doing it for him. And so,
Pam, how could you tell that she didn't want to be there? How did you know that?
Because she would just say how she wanted to be with her mother. She wished she could go see her mother, and she said, well, she kept pushing him to get their own place, and she just wasn't happy to be here. Sometimes I would come in, and she was sitting on the couch, and she would just kind of look up from her phone and look at me, and then look away, and then maybe 2 minutes after I was in the room, she'd get up and go in the bedroom. It was very obvious that she did not want to be here. She also didn't help with any housework or cook 8 meals. She basically said to stay on her phone. You could tell she did not want to be here. It was Christmas of last year, 2 years ago, that they were here, and she could do nothing but talk about, she wanted to be with her mother. And I would say, well, why don't you take the car? Why don't you go, No. But you could tell she did not want to be here. And so anyway, we made the best of it. Things were good for a while. And then they just started falling apart. And her and I mostly did not get along. We did not get along. She would walk out the door, and if I had a bag of trash by the door, not meant for her to take out, but meant for anyone who was going out the door to grab the trash. And she would just walk over it. And so I mentioned to my son, why can't she take the trash out? And so he told her, and she turned on the tears, and he stuck up for her. Well, this kind of thing kept happening, and I have to blame my son in part because he shouldn't have brought girlfriend to my home for 15 months. He should have went out and figured out some way for them to get their own place. So I'm not blaming just I call her a daughter-in-law, but I'm not blaming just his girlfriend. I have to blame my son here too. I have to blame myself because I should have put a stop to it and said 2 months is your limit, or 3 months. But I was trying to be good. So in the end, after the 15 months, her and I couldn't stand each other, and he was caught in the middle. And then the final blow-up was me loaning them my car. They didn't bring it back the next morning in time for me to get to work, and I couldn't find them, and they wouldn't answer me on their phone or text me or whatever. And when I walked in, they were in bed sleeping like they didn't have a care in the world, and I had to take my friend's car to get to work. So I said, you guys need to get your stuff and you get out. And that's after 15 months, and I was angry, and he took her side from that point on. And they moved to a different state, and they were gone from probably April through May. And I said, call me once a week. My son Greg, I said, call me once a week because I can't call you guys. They were working in a kind of a camping situation. And he says, okay. Well, Thursday would come, I'd get no call. So I would call, and I would say, we're busy. I'll have to call you back, Mom. We're not busy right now. I'd say, okay. So the next week, and I never get to call, so the next week I would call, and again, I'm busy or else I wouldn't get an answer. So knowing my son like I do, I knew that he was upset still. He was upset. But he didn't say anything. So then Mother's Day, I didn't hear anything. It was 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and I hadn't heard anything from him at all. No letter, no card, no nothing. And so I was at work, and I was seeing everybody bringing flowers and cakes and everything for Mother's Day. And so by 3 o'clock, I was in pretty sad shape. So I texted him, and I said, if you meant to hurt me, you really did. I don't feel like this is a special day for me. And he came back at me with this a vengeance. I'm so sick and tired of your expectations and your superiority. And if you don't like me, well, in tougher words than that, you don't like me, it would have to have anything to do with me again. And I said, I will never bother you again. So that was the last contact with him. I never had any more contact with him. So they worked and were up in a different state. And they come back here about a month and a half ago. And I knew that they were here because I hear everything. This town's not that big. And they were here, and I kept thinking, I don't know, I knew that he wouldn't come, but on the other hand, I was hoping maybe he would call or something. I'm sorry. And anyway, today when I found out that you were already halfway
are you crying right now? Are you crying?
Oh, I am. It hurts, Lisa. It hurts all the time.
Mm-hmm. Tell me, I want to stop for just a moment. I want to know, what's the feelings that you have right now physically, Pam?
I just feel like so unimportant, so used, I guess. Even though he must stick up for his spouse, I understand that. I support that. But I'm his mother. I let you stay 15 months in my home.
Mm-hmm.
I paid for everything. I loaned you money.
Okay. Wait for 1 minute, Pam. Wait 1 minute, just a minute. Okay, now, what I want to know, I asked you how you felt, and you told me what you were thinking, which is you think you're unimportant, you feel like you're unimportant. I want to know what that feeling feels like inside your body.
I think I would say that visually, I feel like, I know the heart isn't a plastic thing, but I feel like it is a plastic thing and it's all cracky. I guess that would be what I feel.
Okay.
I feel like my whole inside just is sick. I feel just torn up inside.
Where, honey? Where do you feel torn up? Where in your body are you feeling that?
I would say in my chest area.
Say that again.
In my chest.
In your chest. Okay.
By where I would say my heart is.
Okay. And what does it feel like, your chest? What does it feel like right now?
It feels heavy. It feels like it's just coming apart in there, like it's just cracky. I don't know how to...
Do you feel pressure? Do you feel pressure in your chest?
Yeah, I feel pressure. I feel like it's just... I feel crushed. I can't describe it any better than that. My whole inside just feel like...
So...
If there was a plastic heart in there, it would be all cracking up. I'm sorry. I know that's a silly way to say it.
No, there's nothing silly at all about this. Pam, what I want you to do is close your eyes.
Okay.
And I want you to feel the feeling that you're having right now, the pressure that you described. And I want you to focus on it and listen and hear anything, any voice, anything that's being said that goes along with the pressure that's inside of you.
I just feel like, that I'm just hurting so bad inside. It's a pain. It's almost a physical pain.
Yeah. Oh, honey.
I feel lonely and sad and unimportant. I just feel nothing.
Okay. Can you hear a voice inside of you then saying, I feel unimportant, I feel lonely? Can you hear it? Okay.
Yes, I can.
Okay, I'm going to ask you something now. How old is that part of you that you're listening to right now? Do you know?
I would say very young.
Mm-hmm.
I would say I know enough about the child and adult. I would say definitely in my child.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ego state.
Could I stop for just a moment? No, I don't want to do that. You're hurting. Never mind. We're not going to do a lesson. No. Pam, I don't want to. That would be hurtful to you. I want to stay with you, but what's happening for you, I'm going to say this so that the men and women who are listening to you right now and watching me understand that I'm going to teach you later on about transactional analysis and the parent, adult, and child ego states. What Pam is experiencing right now is her feelings, and that's the child ego state. And what her child is experiencing is feeling lost, alone, rejected. Right, Pam?
That's correct.
Yeah. Okay. And so how old is the child inside of you? Do you know?
I would say maybe 8.
Okay.
8 or 9.
Can I ask you, in your own life, what was going on in your life when you were 8 or 9 years old?
Well, I have a hard time remembering back when I was young. I know other people don't do, but I have a hard time getting real far back. But 9 or 10, I think I was doing very well. I come from a big family, very close to my dad, and grew up with my dad's mom, and everything was fine around then. I lost my dad 3 years later.
But when you were 8, what was going on? You told us what's happening when you're 9. What happened when you were 8? Do you know?
Nothing that I know of. I mean, I was running around with my sisters and brothers. There were 6 of us, and we used to play with all the neighbors. They all had big families, and we all played together. And I remember those years of being very happy.
Okay. That's okay. It's perfectly okay if you're happy. But what you have is an 8-year-old child, about 8 years old right now, who's feeling very hurt over what your son is doing or what she perceives your son is doing. So that's going to be important for you to find out what was happening in your life. Pam, through your life, have you felt abandoned and rejected in relationships?
Yes.
Okay.
Not that young, but yes.
What does that mean, not that young?
Well, I felt rejected later in my, through my marriages and older.
Okay.
Never when I was young. Do I remember?
Okay, but we have this child inside of us that stays young. And that's why when I asked you, what are you feeling right now in your chest? You said tight, and I said, how old is the person who's in there? And you said, it's a child and she's 8 years old, right?
Right.
Okay. So.
Well, I was just trying to think about how old I would be. If you were going to ask me the first time that I felt lost or something, I would have to go, I'd have to up the age, and I would have to say 12 when my father died.
Sure, of course.
First,
yeah.
Loss, that would be rejection, but loss of lots of love, that, oh, this really happens. I'd have to say older, but I was just saying 8. I just picked a number.
You know, and I'm sorry that your father died. That's so hard on men and women to deal with that, and they carry it all their lives. And that part is true, but what you said this time was, I feel like the person inside of me is around 8 years old, and that may be the part of you that's responding to your adult son. Not the 12-year-old when your father died, but the 8-year-old. And so, what I'd like you to do is, I want you to put your child, okay, I had no idea we were going to get into this. You know, if I'm going to sit here and be with someone, I'm going to do the work. So that's what we're doing right now, Pam. Are you okay talking this way? All right. And if at any time you don't feel safe or anything else and you want to stop, we'll stop. What I want you to do is see yourself as an 8-year-old little girl. Put her down 3-4 feet away from you. And that's the part of you that's inside your chest area. So take that part and put her outside of you. Do you understand what I'm asking you to do? Okay. Do you see her?
I do see her.
All right. What does she look like, Pam? What does she have on?
She has a little long dress with, she has rip-rack around it. But it's a little bit longer than she would wear today. Her hair is dark, and she looks kind of a little orphany. Student dazzle man, because that's the way that we went around when we were young.
Pam,
Played outside.
how are you feeling toward her as you look at her?
I think she's so cutie. She's cute.
Would you say to her, you're a cutie, you're adorable, whatever you want to say, would you say that out loud?
Sure. You're a cutie. You're so little. You're so little. You had to have someone build you a little step when you were in the first grade to even put your feet up on. You're very little.
So the fact that she's so little, what does it make you want to do with her? Tell her
I
that.
want to just pick her up and hug her.
Tell her that.
I'd like you to pick you up because you're so little.
Okay.
And you
Beautiful.
look so, you're beautiful. You look like a little orphan. Your long dress, not little like dresses today, long, with rip-rack.
Pam,
As if your mom made that.
will you ask her if it's okay with her if you pick her up and hold her and cuddle her right now? Ask her that.
Can I pick you up and hold you and cuddle you right now?
Can you hear her answer?
She said, sure. I
Good.
can.
Will you do that?
Yeah, I've got her.
Okay.
I'm holding her.
Talk to her.
How are you doing today? It wasn't a good day, was it?
Mm.
It wasn't a good day at all. You really thought that they'd come and see you today, didn't you?
Oh,
Really thought they would, and they didn't.
okay.
They did not come and see you today, and that makes you sad. And you cried. That's okay. That's okay that you cried. You should have. They should have come and seen you, but they didn't.
Pam, I want to tell you you are a good mother. What you're doing right now, and you're nurturing parent, and I need to go over this, so I'll do an extra tape for all of you. Tomorrow I'll do that, but because I don't want to stop Pam from what she's doing. I didn't know that we would be working this way. I'm real pleased by this, Pam, by the way. So, what you're doing, you are so nurturing with her. You were a good mom to your kids, Pam. I know you were. Do you understand that?
lot of guilt. But yes, I don't think I was a bad mother at all.
Listen,
I don't.
you sound very loving toward your inner child. And what that means is that you were also and are also very loving toward your children. I know that mistakes are being made. I understand that. And so I want you to spend time with this little girl until the next time you and I meet, which will be, this is Wednesday, on Friday, okay? When you call in again. But I want you to begin to take care of her and love her. Nurture her, Pam. Will you do that?
I will do that.
And she needs to hear that you know that she's going through something very, very hard because your son and your daughter-in-law are causing her to feel left out. It's a real sad thing for a child and for a mother as well. What's going on in your chest right now, Pam?
I feel better. I feel kind of a relief. I think from just talking about it, I forgot that I really wanted to talk about it with all day. I've been talking to myself in the car and crying.
Oh, honey.
I feel like talking to you and maybe the child.
Do you know who it was that was crying today?
It was her.
That's right. That's right. I need to teach this to the other people who are watching these videos. But not right now. I'm kind of saying to all of you, I'm looking at the camera right now, I will teach you and explain to you what's happening for Pam. So your homework, Pam, for the next couple of days is to spend time with her, nurture her, because she gets really lost in this. And to all of you, you do too, but I'll show you that in a while. Pam, I have so much respect for you being willing to do this right now. I just need to let you know that. I sure do care about you, and I have so much respect that you were willing to just go into this. Neither you nor I knew we were going to be working this way. I think you were prepared to tell your story. And you did a good job, but when I hear feelings, I have to stop them and say, no, what's going on right now? So, where your child is, and not everyone's child is in their chest, but where yours is in your chest. Your chest tightens up. When that happens, if you can, rather than wanting your son or your daughter-in-law to take care of that child, because that's what she's wanting, they can't do it. You're the only one who can. Pam, do you understand that?
I do.
They can't see. This is for everyone.
I didn't think of it that way, but now that you said it, I see what you're saying.
Well, okay, you say what I just said. What are you hearing?
I never thought of it that way, that I expect them to take care of the child part of me. I never realized that that's what I was doing.
Well,
but I see now exactly what I was doing.
Yeah, but all of us would be doing that. And the secret then is you take your child out and you talk to your child. Listen to me, men who are watching this. I worked at Solid Ed Prison with the inmates, and I had them working with their inner child also. You guys are going to go, oh, I can't do this. Yes, you can, and it's necessary. You have a little boy that's getting really hurt by these things too. It's the inner child. I promise I'll bring my my charts out tomorrow and I'll explain it to you. And that'll be for you too, Pam. Listen, you have done such a beautiful job. I'm so surprised. I need to say that to you. I had no idea that we were going to work this way. You're a gift. I just think you're wonderful, sweetheart.
I didn't mean to take over your whole so. I guess, like I said, I had a bad day today, and I think I
Honey.
really unload. So thank you.
Who's apologizing right now? Who is that? Who am I hearing from right now?
Probably my kids.
Okay.
My child.
Okay. Well. So how do you feel toward your child right now?
I think that she needs some care.
Okay. How do you feel toward her? That's what you think. How do you feel toward her?
How do I feel?
We're gonna learn the difference between thinking and feeling. Okay.
Well, I love her, I think. I mean, I know I love her, but I need to love her more.
She has some healing that she needs to do from when she was little. And, okay, what happens is we carry the pain that you just listened to from Pam. We carry that with us all of our lives. I'm talking to the people who are watching the video, Pam. We carry that pain with us all of our lives. And what we carry it in is what I call frozen time. We respond exactly the way we would have responded when we were small. And the pain that you feel is coming from a child at a certain age. You'll find out what your child, my little girl was 9. She was tall and skinny, and she was so lonely. So, are you there, Pam?
I am.
Okay, what was that noise?
Oh, my phone, my cell phone, I'm sorry.
Well, okay. That's okay. So are you on your landline?
I'm on my landline, but I have my cell phone right here in me, and whenever anything comes on email or anything,
right.
And so I must send an email.
Okay. Well, it wasn't from me.
Okay, I have to run.
Okay.
I'm so glad you know, that I was able to call in, and I'm going to talk to you again on Friday.
See you on Friday at 6 o'clock Pacific time, 7 o'clock your time, because you're in Mountain time. Okay. Thank you so much, Pam. See you.
Thank you too. I love you, Lisa.
I love you too, honey. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Well, if you want, I'll go ahead and teach it to you right now. You're more likely to get it from me if I do it right now. Look, here it is back here. This is called transactional analysis. I'm not going to take up very much time to do this because it's so easy. In the top, that's the parent ego state. When Pam began to talk about she's hurting, the little girl is hurting, I'm angry with my son's daughter-in-law, she's letting me down, she doesn't like me, and this was the parent ego state, judging, not bad, it's not bad, but judging. And what was happening though was in her chest, she had feelings, she got tight in her chest, she was in her child ego state where her feelings are. And this isn't crazy stuff. As you watch me continue to do this, you're going to be very surprised. And the adult is the part of us, that's the computer. But this part of Pam has to help, fix, heal this part of Pam. And that's where the secret lies with all of this. And it's going to work, you'll see. Pam's never done this kind of work. She's been writing great emails to me. But the healing part, which is now she has a way to know how to do the work. You can do the same thing that Pam has done. And if you want to be a guest here, you're welcome to do it. If you're really sensitive about anyone in your family hearing you, first of all, I want you to use a different name. And secondly, please do not name your children. Give them a different name too. And let's see. And don't talk about anything that Pam shared. That's fair. I want Pam to know that you're not going to be talking about her, and Pam is not her name. Let's see, and what else am I going to say to you? What you do when you're... listen, Christmas is coming. Thanksgiving is coming next week. This is such a hard time for you. Please, you can take your child out about 3 or 4 feet away from you. If you can see them, if they don't talk to you. Pam's little girl said, I want to crawl up in your lap, I think, and so she held her. You may not hear your child, and what I'm going to do is help you so that you can get to the part where you can help, where you can hear your child. This is a gift. It's the most wonderful thing. I'm going to say goodbye to you. This is free. You're welcome to come. Again, I'm not going to do another video tomorrow. We'll be doing another video with Pam on Friday. I have no idea what we're going to be working with. There are a couple of other things that were unfinished. This isn't finished by any stretch of the imagination. It took a long time for Pam to get to this place with her children, and it hurts. But that's who's hurting inside of you too, your child ego state. If you want to read about transactional analysis, Eric Byrne was the author of the book that was titled Games People Play. Wonderful book, really good. And this makes a difference. Look how easy it is. Pam's going to be changed just from the little bit of work that she did, because she has a way to go now. I'm really pleased by this. So, okay, well, nice surprise. I didn't know that this would be happening. So, and I'm happy to work with any of you, and happy to have you here. Thank you so much. I'll see you on Friday at 6 p.m. or 7 p.m. if you're Mountain, or 8 p.m. if you're Central, or 9 p.m. if you are Eastern Time. See you. Bye-bye.